Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Night Dungeons and Dragons. I am your host and dungeon master, Craniodad. I have the privilege of walking some amazing adventurers through Ghosts of the Saltmarsh, which just came out on Tuesday. We had our Day Zero campaign last week, and it was interesting. So they have been at sea for some time, and I'm going to bring the players up, and I'm going to lead us in to the beginning of the tale for Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So prepare yourselves, prepare your drinks, and let's begin. So I'm going to more or less read what I already sent you guys about where you are and what is going on. But before I do that, let's take a moment and have you guys introduce yourselves and your characters just for fun. And if you have a backup character, now's a good time. I'm kidding. Whoever would like to go first.
Uh, but yeah, that's really my character.
I completely missed your entire intro because I forgot to unmute you.
Awesome. Perfect.
uh, so what he was saying is that his character is amazing, and you're going to love him.
Exactly.
Sorry about that, Chancellor.
That's fine.
All right. Who's next?
I'm playing Circe Bronze Mist. Circe is a 19-year-old bronze dragonborn paladin of Lathander who hails from Waterdeep. His parents both still live there, and he's finished his tour of duty, in the Waterdeep military / city guard, and he's on his first real foray out into the wilds, seeking answers, adventure, and just kind of finding out what he's all about. And for those of you who are into the whole Dragonborn scene, yes, he has a tail.
That's important information.
Alright, I'm Dirty Viking. I'm playing Calder. He is a fighter, sailor background. He's basically a Viking. He's from his raiding party after some dubious means, and so he's out get around in this world and basically see what adventures and
All right, next.
Okay, I guess this game of chicken, I'll go. I'm playing Deluge Marshhand, the Genasi, Water Genasi Bard, who likes loot, she likes ladies, and she likes being loony. So we're gonna find out more about her.
And I am Miss Misery, and I am playing Oddity Price, the sorceress misfortune mis- misfortune teller, who's basically just been Deluge's tag along for a little while now.
Well, thank you guys. Now, as we get ready to dive in, I have promised a plethora of giveaways. So, I have a goal for myself to reach 100 followers. I'm racing myself. I have my own deadline that I set, and we have made leaps and bounds. I am doing the 60 and 80 follower giveaways. So tonight I'm giving out, and I shall show them, and I'll show them each time before we launch something. I will be giving out two D&D starter sets. This has got the Lost Mines in it, so there's a new one coming out in September that carries on with that. So if you want a chance to run that, now's a good time to get it. I'll be giving out two dice bags that look like this. I finally have them here with me instead of just talking about them and showing my key fob. They got a really cool little dragon's eye. They got some faux leather dragon skin. I like them. They're awesome.
It's real dragon skin.
It's real dragon skin. No dragonborns were harmed in the creation of these dice bags,
I appreciate that.
or so I have been told.
Well, it looks black, so that's fine.
And I'll show you guys the set that I have for myself. I'm giving out 2 sets tonight of the limited edition Blood and Steel dice from Ogopogo Gaming. They ran 1,000 of them. They're only selling 754 of them, and I have a few sets to give away, so I'm giving them away, and I cannot get it out of its dice thing. Any dice. There we go. So they're translucent with red and steel lines through them running through. The red looks like blood droplets in the acrylic. They also come with a D2, which is a coin, and on that coin is engraved a number, and that number matches the certificate of authenticity that it will be sent with it as well. So you know you have a legitimate product that was well thought out. And I'm also giving out 1 copy of Art and Arcana hardback. For those of you that love Dungeons and Dragons, this book is filled with all sorts of stuff going back to the beginning of time to current. A lot of graphics. It's a really good read. It's just a good resource to have for all things Dungeons and Dragons. And if you notice on your screen at the very bottom, there is a Session 1 follower goal. If we reach 10 followers tonight, I will also be giving out a copy of The Ghost of Saltmarsh. I had a very awesome, fortunate event to where Amazon accidentally put 2 in my box. I reached out to Amazon. They said, it's yours, keep it, we don't want it back, so I'm going to give it away. So if we can reach 10 followers tonight, I will give that away as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start the first giveaway. This is for one of the Dungeons & Dragons 5e starter sets. So all you need to do is type !join, and you can join the giveaway. That's going to run for 10 minutes. When that's done, we'll pick a winner, and we'll move along. The only people who are not eligible to win are myself and my wife. Everyone else, it's free game. So, that being said, let me dive in to where we are and why we are here. Your party is answering the call for a, quote, adventuring party seeking employment. The description stated, a proprietor seeks adventurers to assist in matters in the seaside village of Saltmarsh. Travel and first 10 days of room and board provided. Seek communication with Varis Nightbreeze, owner Seabreeze Tavern, from a local messaging company. You work with Vitica, who was able to use the spell message to parlay with Nightbreeze. You gave your names and qualifications. After 3 days of back and forth, word reached you and your party that you had been accepted. Transportation was paid for, leaving from your location, which was in Vilkstead on Purple Rocks. It was roughly 750 nautical mile journey aboard the sailing ship Sorrow's Revenge. It has taken you 19 days to reach Saltmarsh. This is allowing time for not just the travel, which was 16 days, but also 3 overnight stops, one of which was not intended, albeit it was Session 0. Saltmarsh sits north of the Mere Dead Men and south of Neverwinter. You received some information before you disembarked from Nightbreeze stating that once you are in Saltmarsh, you are to head north in town along the coast of the bay and look for a sign directing you to Seabreeze Tavern. Once there, let the bartender know that you are answering the call for adventurers hailing from Vilkstead and that you were to be expected. If he was readily available, he would meet you. If not, you would be set up in your rooms and he would get to you as soon as he could. Conversation about a per 10-day rate could happen after the first 10 day, but before the end of the second 10 day, as room and board for 2 days, covered the cost of travel with guaranteed return for if no long-term work were to arise. This is an additional demand that came from your party. I took a blind perception roll from you guys, and you rolled a natural 20. So there you go. So you have guaranteed return home in the event that you don't have work, and any additional funds that you are able to acquire while you are working are yours to keep. So with that, we find ourselves aboard the Sorrow's Revenge. How are we looking on the timer for the giveaway? We still have 7 minutes. So with that, let me go ahead and pull up Roll20 and give you guys your first glimpse of Saltmarsh. At some point. Maybe. If I feel like it. All right. So, in front of you, you see the town of Saltmarsh. Now, be warned, if you look down at the very bottom of the map, you do see the compass rose. Please note North is to the left.
What?
I know, right? It completely threw me off. I was like, how does this even work? This doesn't make any sense with where this should be. But north is to the left.
All right.
So, you find yourselves pulling into port. You guys came with a rather large sailing group. There have been a few break-offs, some that headed towards Neverwinter, some that headed towards Baldur's Gate, some that headed towards Waterdeep. But about 3 or 4 ships remain, and if you guys scroll in at about the middle of the map, you will see the bay. There are some docks, there are some stores, and that is where you guys are able to disembark. It is surprisingly warm for as overcast as it is. The air around you smells of the fresh sea briny air mixed with the sweet succulence of the nearby trees and grasses. There's the ever-present sound of the crashing waves, of rolling thunder from the storms off in the distance. You hear the sounds of the townsfolk, fairly vibrant for as overcast as it is, as though this is just nothing but a normal day. You disembark with the remainder of your crew, and you find yourself standing in a market. There are many little tents and stalls that are set up for people to use. Some are in use right now. It's roughly about noon as you guys make landfall. About 1 o'clock by the time you guys get off the ship, disembark, and find yourselves where it says party. So, what would you guys like to do?
Oddity's gonna do happy little Jake that she's back on land again.
It's a Calder's just gonna stretch around, work out the kinks in his legs from just being on board the ship for a while. It's like, as much as I love the ocean and the water, it does feel nice to be good on solid land for a bit.
Indeed. Yes. It's always nice coming back to land, especially after that journey. Oh, hopefully this whole endeavor is fruitful.
Circe will stretch his 6'7" frame and grab his halberd. My lord, that was a long, long voyage. It's so good to see the land. He'll bend over and kiss the ground, make a small prayer, clutching his holy symbol of Lathander.
I think one of the other sailors would be like lifting up Deluge and be like, "You can't stay on the boat." And she's like, "But it's fine. I don't wanna. Can't we go back out? Just a little trip. Go back. Come on. We can find some buried treasure. You guys like that?" And then they just chuck her off onto the ground.
Ah, good to see you've joined us.
They wouldn't let me stay on the ship. They
Yes.
always let me stay on the ship.
I'm sure there'll be a reason for you to go diving again soon. Don't worry. Have you?
Perhaps we ought to make for the Seabreeze Tavern.
Yes. Whereabouts was that tavern?
And yay, she's back.
Kind of looks around.
I believe they said to head northward into town, and it might be not that far of a walk.
Well, I could certainly use an ale. I don't know about everybody else.
Oh, so northward. To the left. I mean, to the north.
Well, okay, to be fair, the instructions were written before I realized north was to the left. Yeah, we're going to retcon that a little bit, and we're going to say you guys need to head
east. All right.
Yeah.
He bangs his compass. Oh, there it is.
It must be the storm. Your compass was just spinning. It was really weird. All right, so if one of you guys would like to pick up your party token and move it. You can feel free to move. You find that for a seaside town, it's pretty average. There's a decent amount of moving. As you're moving further and further north, you're seeing signs for some of the places. The place where you are right next to is known as the. Let me help you out here a little bit. The Dwarven Anvil. If you would like more information about any of these places, or if you're just continuing your journey, you absolutely can do so.
So, I'm assuming Dwarven Anvil is a weaponsmith.
No.
Damn.
I think for now we'd probably just kind of be more in a we're here on business type of thing, and we'll just kind of take things in, but not necessarily stop and really check
Agreed.
everything out.
Agreed. I wouldn't mind making my way up to the tavern, getting an ale in my belly, and perhaps get washed up a bit.
Yes, and I certainly could use a rest that wasn't in a hammock. Those hammocks pay. Oh, they just kill my back.
You guys ever have one of those
Well,
moments
yeah,
where you close
certainly.
the wrong tab? That was me just now. That was awesome. But anyway, as you guys continue north, right about where you are right now, there is a street sign, and it points to the. What direction is that now? That would be south, to your right, and it says Seaside, and underneath that, there's another sign that hangs, and it says Seabreeze Tavern.
I believe that's the sign we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, so I
Make
guess
our way
we
that way.
should push on.
And as you guys come to the end of the road, on your right-hand side, you do see a sign that hangs out. It's got a flying snake with a ship behind it, almost as though the snake itself is on the sail or leaving the sail. And written underneath it, engraved in the wood, it says Seabreeze Tavern. For a seaside area, this tavern is pretty well kept. It looks as though the sign has been replaced for the season. There's a general afternoon crowd, maybe 3 or 4 patrons. You can look through the door and you can see that there's a lot of seating. There is a stage for performance, a bar, and stairs. As you look up, you see that there's a second story, and you see rows and rows of windows with a sign outside that said "Rooms for Let."
Looking at the sign, I'm like, I don't
So-
think that's how ships work.
It is now. It's canon. All right, let's pick the winner for the first set of dice.
I thought it was for the starter set.
Oh yeah, the starter set. Chancellor,
Oh, good.
you won the
There's
starter
dice in the
set.
starter
There's
set.
dice in the starter set. So, you can DM me later and give me your address, and I'll get this on its
Yep.
way to you.
Excellent.
We'll do another giveaway in a couple minutes, folks. Don't worry, there's plenty more to go.
Congrats, my dude.
Thank you.
Now you have dice.
Now you
Yep.
have dice that have not
Now-
been touched by the DM, so they should
I was going to
be
say,
okay.
maybe the DM should roll for you this evening since the DM currently has your dice.
I mean, I'm game for that. I don't know if you are.
I mean, I still got my D20s.
Okay, then you're good. You're fine. Do you guys choose to walk in, or do you choose to continue to just walk around?
I think we should check in and see if we could find the proprietor.
All right. So as you walk in, I need everybody to roll initiative. So as you guys walk in, it's as described. It's a very, very clean tavern. The smell of sea air is a little bit taken down by a very interesting smell. You look around, and one of you guys has a passive perception of, I think, 13 or 14. Is that right?
Yeah, I think mine's 13.
I've got a 13.
All right.
Yeah, I got a 13.
The 13s and 14s, you notice that there's a very fragrant smell, and you look up and you see this thin layer of like purple incense smoke burning. It's very awkward, as you are not from this area, but it's not a not pleasant smell. And you see behind the bar, let's flip a coin. Let's see who you guys get. All right. So behind the bar, you see a human woman. She has long red hair, vibrant green eyes. She's wearing the typical Seaside Tavern where she is working the bar, and she is currently dealing with a customer, making sure that. What did I miss?
Deluge
Just
found a reason to get off
deluge.
the boat.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nice, nice.
The bard.
Um,
The bard.
the
is
bard's
here.
got a bard, right?
Yeah.
So, she's dealing with the customer, making sure that they pay for their food, and the customer is departing, and she looks up at you and she goes, "Can I help you?"
I'm just gonna confidently go up to the counter and go like, I forget why we're here.
Fantastic. She goes, "Well, I have not seen you around here. My name is Ilsa. I am one of the bartenders here. What brings you to Saltmarsh?"
Guess Calder walks up next to Deluge and it's like, pardon my my friend right here. We're actually here answering a call for the venturing party for hire.
Oh, really?
So
And why here in Saltmarsh? We've got a lot of stuff that's going on, but anyone in particular that you're looking for?
I believe we're looking for the owner of this fine establishment, Varis Nightbreeze, if they're available by any chance.
I believe that he is currently meeting with the town council.
I see.
Are you the ones that are hailing from Purple Rocks?
That is
Yes.
correct.
we
All
are
right, and
indeed.
she kind of looks around, and she takes stock for a quick moment, and she pulls out from underneath the bar a box. This box is it's black with silver lining, and she opens the box and she hands out these envelopes, and she holds one up, and it's almost as though she knows you. She hands to Calder because he's introduced himself. She holds one and she goes, Circes. She hands one that's got your
Yeah.
name written on it. And
Thank you
then
very
she
much.
goes, she looks at it, she goes, Oddity, and she looks right at you, Oddity, and she hands it to you. And she goes, Rogelio, and she hands it to you. And she kind of gives you a little wink, and she goes, and Miss Deluge, and she hands it to you. She goes, and there you'll find your room keys. Your rooms are all located on the second floor. You have rooms 1 through 5. They are our suites. They are part of the package that you have been provided. If you need any food, let me know now, and I'll get the kitchen ready, and we'll get it up to you as soon as we can.
Now, are these bay view or are they city view?
They're seaside view.
Seaside view. All right.
Each has its own independent balcony that faces the sea.
Wow.
Alright, I'm gonna open the envelope. It just has one key in it, right?
Yeah, just one key.
I'm gonna look at her and be like, well, where's your copy of my key?
And she kind of laughs. She goes, "Oh, I don't stay here. I stay at home with my family."
Oh, bummer.
It's like, come on, Deluge. There's plenty others. Let's all get settled up in our rooms, and I guess we'll wait for our Mr. Nightbreeze. It's like, I guess I'll tell the bartender, Mr. Nightbreeze, know when we are here that we'd like to speak to him when he gets here.
Absolutely. I'll send a messenger to him right away. And I'm sure as soon as the town council is done, that he will be here immediately. He's been eagerly anticipating your arrival.
Much appreciated.
All right. Are you guys wanting to order any food?
Yes,
I would. Circes definitely would order an ale and some kind of roast meat type of situation.
All right. She, without even breaking eye contact, she reaches over and she pours you an ale. She goes, "You can take this up with you. I'll have one sent up with your. We have roast beast." Because I couldn't think of anything on the fly, so there we go.
That sounds
that
perfect.
sounds a lot better than hardtack
Too
and salted beef. So I'll definitely take some of that as well.
I will as well.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here and ask if you have any raw fish.
We have just a small amount, and she kind of like smiles and looks over, and you can see there's a double doors that go into the kitchen, and you can see fish on top of fish piled up. She goes, we get a second choice on first catch daily, and then the remainder goes to the market."
Excellent. I'll just take I don't know, a bucket of your finest fish.
She okay, not a problem. I will send that up.
Sweet.
No one's going in Deluge's room now. It's gonna smell like fish.
Just some good mackerel.
And
I was
Oddity,
gonna
are you
say-
going to order anything?
If she has stew, she's gonna get stew and wine.
All right, we have a beast-based stew. We have a more of a seafaring stew. We have a vegetarian stew.
I will take the land beast stew.
Land
I
beast
don't
stew.
want anything to do with sea right now.
Okay. All right, I will have that up to you shortly, about 5 to 10 minutes, about the time you guys get settled in. With that, it's 8:30. I'm going to go ahead and launch the next giveaway. This is for the other copy of the starter set for 5e.
Thank you, all you followers, you fine followers.
Yes.
Mhm.
The giveaway
Make
has
the quick
started.
round.
Please type !join. By the way, you can win more than one thing, just so you guys know. There is no penalty that I have set in place. So if you want to join, feel free to join. So, with that being said, you guys make your ways up to your room. You find them fairly easily. Each of the rooms are secured with a single key. You open the doors, and all your rooms are roughly identical, maybe small differences here and there. And you find that you have a very large bed, you have a wardrobe, a chest of drawers, you have a wash basin. Each room shares a bathroom with the room next to it. And there is, as described, a small balcony big enough for all of one of you to stand on that is out the seaside with two large wooden doors that you can open up and let in the sea air. The doors on the back are also ventilated to where you can just move some blinds down and slide a piece of wood, the blinds open up, and you'll be able to see out as well as receive the air. You look out and you have a great view of the sea. You can see ships coming in and leaving. You can see, since you're facing south, neither sunrise nor sunset, but you do have sun all the time while the sun is up. You find that the beds are comfortable. Everything is impeccably clean. You can safely assume that Mr. Nightbreeze probably runs a pretty tight ship. After a short while, each of you independently have knocks on your doors. Some of you one right after the other. There's a small delay on the stew as it takes a little bit longer to prepare. There's not a delay on the fish because they just put them in a bucket and bring it up to you. But you do find it's very finely presented, as though that maybe they have had something like this requested before. The bucket is clean. There is lemon and there is greens with it. It is served on its own plate with a napkin and utensils wrapped up if needed or desired, as well as a smaller bucket for the bones.
Awesome. When I say finest bucket, you guys do not disappoint.
But you find the wine to be delicious, the ale to be tasty, and the food to be filling, and no longer, hardtack and salt water. So, after a while, as you guys are getting comfortable, you're getting yourselves, situated in your rooms. Is there anything you'd like to do to ready yourselves or ready your room prior to the next event taking place?
I think Circe will just kind of get cleaned up, maybe get into some different clothes, ditch the chainmail,
Okay.
get more comfortable, get his tail polished up nicely.
I think Oddity will take the diamond out of her bra.
That's
Finally, I mean, it's been there for
Yes.
it's been there for like 10 days.
Put it in her
Ouch.
one of her inner pouches on one of her things. It's easier, harder to get at.
Hey,
And,
That's going to leave a mark.
Who's holding on to the bag of holding?
I don't know.
Do not know.
I can. I thought Oddity had it because she was the record keeper.
Sure, I'll have it. I'll wrap it up then and then put it down in the bag and have the bag securely on me. I'm not taking that thing off. But
Don't
she'll
give it
beat
to
the-
Deluge.
She's gonna beat the salt out of some of her
Yes,
clothing
sir.
because I think all she came with is all she has. And then she's going to fix herself up and get ready to go downstairs. She's gonna go downstairs and have a quick talk with the bartender.
Go figure.
I guess-
I did forget, since we did have somebody who did follow at the very beginning, I want to make sure you guys know that you have now 3 dissonant whispers. So for every follow, 500 bits, or subscribe, the players are granted a dissonant whisper. This is pre-roll advantage. It allows the players to either, before they make their roll, decide that they want advantage and to roll 2 dice and take the higher of the 2, or to impose disadvantage on me, the DM, who likes to roll rather hot sometimes. So the dice rolls are then in their favor because of you, our viewers and followers. Let's see where we're at
Thank
on
you.
the timer.
Thank you.
Oh, I clicked the wrong thing again. I am on top of it tonight. I need to get a 3rd screen. I'm sure my wife is going to love hearing that.
Or another shot of scotch.
So with
Never works.
that, what did I have open? Okay, so you head downstairs to chat up the bartender, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you head downstairs, and the crowd is, it's still a decent-sized lunchtime crowd.
Alright, I'm gonna go over to the bartender and lean conspiratorially, I can't say the word, but I just wanted you to know that you should probably spread around that the oddity price is in town, one of the most world famous fortune tellers. I used to travel with one of the most prestigious circus groups in all of Faerun, so I think it would do very well for your establishment to put that word out.
And she goes, absolutely, I will let them know that the oddity price is in town. And you can see her writing something down. She shows, is this how it's spelled? Just making sure. And she has very neat handwriting. And she says, I'll post something up very shortly so our patrons are aware.
Perfect, thank you.
I think I would have creepily followed Oddity. And I would have been like, it's true, she's great. Just like pop up behind her, just really awkwardly.
She goes, I will definitely let all the patrons know.
She said, I'm gonna die. How many times was it? 3?
Oh, 3, yeah. I also said you lose a nail, and hey, you did.
Yeah, weird how that hammer just totally missed.
Yeah.
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 What are the odds?
All right. So actually, while you guys are downstairs talking, a young boy comes in, probably about 8 or 9 years old, and he's almost a little bit out of breath, as though he's been running. And he walks over to the bar, and he kind of motions for Ilsa, and she just holds up her hand. She goes, "Just one moment," and she walks over, and she leans down, and he whispers in her ear, and she smiles and nods, and she hands him a silver coin, and he takes it, thanks her, and runs away. And she turns to you guys, and she says, "Hey, if you guys want to get your party together, it looks as though that the town council has finally finished their meeting, so we expect Mr. Nightbreeze momentarily." And she kind of points past the stage on the right, and she goes, "Through those doors, there's actually a meeting room. It's adjacent to his office, so you will probably be able to meet him there."
Okay.
I'm not gonna go get anyone. I'm just gonna go to the meeting room.
I figured as much.
Is that I would Calder would have made his way down to the bar, after he just freshened up a bit, took a little bit of time to into his axes, and so he's I guess he would have walked down about that same time as the boy ran in and told he would overhear and make his way towards the meeting room.
All right. So, and just to be clear, so he was upstairs after the long sea voyage, sharpening his axes, right? So
Taking a nap,
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, you guys are aware that your patron is on his way back.
I think Rogelio would probably be putting away his not putting away, but throwing off his pack that he has, and really just take it down to just one rapier, and a dagger, and head back downstairs.
All right. So over the next about 10 minutes or so, you guys wind up collecting each other, collecting yourselves, cleaning up, packing things away, and you meet in the conference room. You find a conference room that has its own fireplace, that has windows that face the street. There's a couple models of ships. On one wall, there is a gray uniform. It's a military uniform. If you guys want to try to roll history checks on that, you can. And next to that, there is another sign. It's a fabric sign that's been placed on top of a piece of wood to where it looks a little bit more resilient. And it has the words Troll Skull Syndicate on it, right next to it. And you are sitting down, and all right, hold on. The entries are done for the giveaway. Let's find out who the winner is for this one. Once I stop clicking the wrong thing. Go after the way. Hey,
Yay.
Congrats.
you have won a copy or the box of the starter set. So send me a DM here on Twitch. And I will get a hold of you either later tonight or tomorrow, and I'll get your information. I'll get this mailed out to you sometime in the next couple of days. So congratulations on that.
Nice. Congratulations.
The next round of giveaways that we are doing are going to be for the Ogopogo dice. There'll be 2 of those, and they'll be starting in just a few minutes. So with that, let's go ahead and transition back to this view. Now, after a few moments, you guys are sitting down just waiting, observing the room. The door opens, and Ilsa opens the door, and you see a blonde-haired Eladrin elf walk in, very robust. He looks to be older, maybe 250 years old. And he kind of nods, and he smiles. So you guys have finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. I am your hopeful patron, Varis Nightbreeze.
I'll stand up and offer my hand. Seabreeze Tavern, pleased to meet you, sir.
He reaches out to shake your hand, and you feel a very firm grasp, as you notice on his hands. For as well kept as he is, his hands have scars and marks. This guy has seen some shit. Yeah. And you get a closer look at his face, and you can see some scars and some stuff like that. But he looks very well kept. And very proper, but the scars are evidence that he has had an interesting life that has led him to this point.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, so how was your voyage?
It was long indeed, but smooth enough. We are certainly happy to be back on dry land.
And he goes, it's good to hear that, Seabreeze. And then he reaches over and says, Rogelio, welcome. I'm glad you were able to make it. Reaches out his hand and shakes your hand.
I return that in kind. It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
And he shakes your hand, and he looks, and he goes, Chandler? Or Chat? What? Oh, crap. Not Chandler. Calder.
Calder.
Yeah, Chandler. Your new name is Chandler. It's now canon.
Yeah.
Chandler.
It's like Calder reaches out and he does that forearm shake. It's like he goes a little past the hand, does the.
And same thing.
So
you realize he's got a very for the fact that he looks to be about 200 to 250 years old. You realize he's got a really firm grip. It's the instant battle clasp. In fact, it almost takes you aback just a little bit by how well placed it was. And he grasps on both sides just like you do. And then he reaches over and says, "And Miss Oddity Price, I'm pleasured to be in your company."
It's wonderful to meet you.
And he just
takes the card and holds it up right next to him.
Which card is it?
The 9 of Swords.
And what does this card tell me that is going to happen as Nightbreeze?
Well, you can see by the picture of it.
I'm gonna die. It's not like others haven't tried before.
And
And
due for some misfortune.
fantastic. And he goes, and last but never least, Deluge, how are you doing?
Fantastic. I extend a webbed hand that's eerily moist when he shakes it.
And you feel that he grabs it, and it's not rough, it's not gentle either, but it's definitely, it's a good handshake, and he is not taken aback by the moistness of your hand.
Darn.
That whole thing sounded weird. With that weird statement, let me set up this giveaway for the first set of Ogopogo Gaming dice.
He's not taken aback by your moistness.
Probably just used for a date.
Giving away some dice, people.
All right, here we go. The giveaway is now launched. Please type !join, and you will be entered. This timer goes for, again, 10 minutes. I will say that because you can win multiple prizes, if you do win one set of dice, do the right thing and don't enter for the second one. I don't think that should be a problem. But we are doing this again because of you guys, the followers. And again, we do have a follower goal. If you look on the bottom of this screen, if we reach 10 followers during the stream, it will unlock another giveaway that we will do at the end of the stream, which will be for a free copy of the Ghost of Saltmarsh book, because I received a copy in error. Thank you, Amazon. So if you have not followed and you like this content, please consider following. So that being said, the awkward statement of not being weirded out by the moistness of your hands. He offers for you all to take a seat. Says, "Have you guys been able to find your rooms, and are they okay?"
Yes, they're very much we much appreciate that for the rooms. They're very nice rooms. Yeah, seems you keep a fine establishment here, sir.
Years of practice and years of just traveling has taught me a lot about what one should do in certain situations. And he goes, "So let's dispense with some of the formalities. I know you. You kind of know me. I've been eagerly waiting for you guys' arrival. And now let's talk about why you are here. I find myself in a unique position. I've traveled the better part of Faerun in my life. Some of it on the run, some of it as a mercenary. He kind of points over the shoulder to the uniform. Some of it working as an adventurer, much like yourselves." And he points to the Troll Skull Syndicate sign. And I have found myself here in some quasi state of retirement, trying to just make my life and make others' lives better. I was able to get some of my family here. They've been able to set up, and we found ourselves, a little bit flush with just pure luck. And I have found myself to where I am a little bit up and coming, and I am part of the town council. Now, I'm not a town council leader, but I am part of the body of advisors that the town council uses when things need to have discussion or voting. And from my background and from my history, they have thought it wise to have a person of my, I guess, skill set on their board. So I've been brought up to with a lot of the stuff that are going on here in Saltmarsh for some time, and it's been worrying me to the extent that I reached out to the town council and asked for the ability to maybe hire some people from outside of the town to try to take a look at some of these issues, because we were having just some really strange things that have been going on, and something tells me that there's some stuff that I just don't quite get. And so I'm happy that you answered my call. There were others who did as well, but your group seems the most capable of handling these situations.
Ha.
Well, I certainly hope we can.
So our deal is that you have room and board for the next 10 days. That is on me. So you'll be able to eat here. You'll be able to drink here. You'll be able to sleep here. Outside of here, you would have to pay for your own food. So if there's something that you would like to get from elsewhere, then that's completely up to you. Any of the reward or any of the funds that you're able to acquire for the jobs that I'm going to be able to procure for you are yours to keep. I do not take any portion of it. I'm here for the betterment of this community and the safety of my family. So here at Saltmarsh, our town council is the governing body. There's a lot that they do to make sure that things don't go awry. There's a few factions, but I'm not too worried about those right now. Neither should you be, because I find myself outside of these factions, and I would consider yourselves that as well. But in order to actively work as an adventuring group in not just Saltmarsh, but the better part of Faerun, you do need to be basically gilded as a chapter of adventurers. In order for this to happen, you need to have the town council sign off on your abilities and on your assuredness for the well-being of the area. So this would allow you to carry a charter locally that would also be able to be sent to any major areas that you may be traveling to. So that way you would be recognized as a group, as an adventuring party that is officially registered. But I do know that in order to get the town council to sign off on it, they won't take my word for it. They are going to need you guys to kind of prove it. And I think that based on the meeting that I just had today, that there's a situation that has been going on for, and he kind of looks around, he goes, I hate to say it, about 20 years, that I think we finally have enough information that you should be able to move on it. If you are ready, would you want to start this today, or would you want to start this tomorrow?
I would be interested in beginning right away. I'm
20
curious.
years.
Yeah, I'd say I'm like the present.
I'm curious about that military uniform. As a military man myself, of course, just
For a portion of my life, I spent time as part of the Silent Rain mercenary group out of Everusk. I then left and became a sellsword, seeking, we'll say, some additional things. And from there, I found myself here. So I learned a lot from the Silent Rain. It taught me a lot about just life in general, the life of fighting, the life of loyalty, and the life of being an adventurer. So that's why it hangs here as a constant reminder to myself of where I started and where I ended, which is here.
very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I've been in the Watadavian City Watch and military for just 2 years, so I still clearly have much to learn, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. So while you guys decide if you're going to do this starting right away or if you want to wait until the next day, let me explain to you kind of what's been going on and kind of get you going in the right direction. And he pulls out a piece of parchment, and that piece of parchment he hands it to let's see, let's roll a d6. Let me get my first dice roll tonight. All right, so he hands it to Oddity and says, "This is your temporary charter. Your party does not have a name yet. You are not officially recognized as a venturing party for the city or outside of the city as of yet. But if you find yourselves in trouble, if they ask, these papers will last you guys for about 2 days until we can get you in front of the city council. So keep this safe, because this is the only way you can get out of some serious trouble."
Well, put in the bag of holding.
There's the house not far from here, and if you ask the locals, they'll tell you that it's haunted. I, for one, have seen my fair share of ghost inspectors, but I don't really feel that that is necessarily the case. But even if it is, this is something that I believe now is the time to deal with it. There is a person that is being held in the jail that is professing that he has information about this house. And I would really encourage you to seek him out. He is a known poacher. He's the only person in our jail at this point. I don't know his name because I never cared to learn it. But maybe if you would like to go check out this house and figure out what's going on and report back, and if there is ghost, maybe take care of the situation. I think it would get you heavily on the side of good for the town council to where we can move forward.
Yeah, sounds amenable. Handle that.
That seems quite reasonable enough.
I would certainly be interested in looking into the matter, of course.
Where exactly is this house?
Oh, nearby. Let me change screens for myself because I closed the wrong tab, so I lost all of my prep. It's amazing. Um, Give me 30 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get some water. Um, yeah.
Should we really start this tonight?
It's the
We've been on
perfect
the water
time
for
for ghost
so long.
hunting.
Oh gosh. But the cards are giving me such warnings, though.
Your cards are silly.
What kind of
Sorry.
warnings do you mean?
Yes, what kind of warnings?
You get this sort of disapproving look from Circe as he kind of rubs his holy symbol.
All right, I have the information that I need, but before I do that, the entries have now closed for the first set of dice. So let us see who the winner is. Gijwish. You have won a set of limited edition dice from Ogopogo Gaming. I would say DM me afterwards, but you can just reach out to me later. I know where you live. So, congratulations, Gijwish. We will start the next dice giveaway. We're going to wait a little bit and see where we wind up taking our break tonight. We might do it before the break. We might do it after because we still have a few things left to give away. All right. He says the house is about 4 miles down the coast from here. And he just kind of points to the, I guess that would be the east, west, yeah, west, and says, you follow the trail and it will take you there. It sits out on the cliff. From what I have heard in my time here, which has been a while, there's always rumors of lights and screams, and I know that some kids have gone up there from time to time to learn more, and they wind up not coming back all the time. So it's a matter that's very near and dear to the heart of the town council, just because it is a blight on our community. We try to, be a nice little town on the sea where we see a lot of trade and have a lot of visitors, so we try to make sure that things are on the up and up. If you wanted to start tonight, you absolutely can. If you wanted to wait till morning, you absolutely can. You could definitely try to make it over to the jail and talk to somebody. And he kind of walks over and he moves he takes a painting and he, with one hand, just kind of flips it around. And he shows you, it's an actual map of Saltmarsh. So let's go ahead and go back to the map. So, with a cute little purple star that says you are here, almost, right where you guys are. And, it's got the signs of some buildings, and he points out, right over here is the city gate that gets you to and from the town from land. It's one of only a few entrances to the town that is easily accessible or traversable. One second. Right over here. Now, if you're looking for the jail itself is right here. That's also where the city or the town guards are located. We don't have a very large force here because we're not that large of a community, but that is where their barracks are housed. So if you want to go there, again, he's the only person that is in our jail at this point in time. He's a known poacher, and he is being brought up on multiple charges of poaching, which could maybe end his life. So if you want to talk to him, now or tomorrow might be the only chances that you'll have to, unless you have the ability to talk to people who are no longer with us.
Let's say
For this,
get some from this person before we head out. So it probably doesn't hurt to be a little bit well informed about it on.
I would agree with that.
If I might ask, if this has been such a blight on the town, why has it been around for, I think you said 20 years and no one's dealt with it?
Well, to the best of my understanding about this house, because it predates my time here in the community, but this house belonged to a known arcanist, and when he went missing or disappeared or decided to leave, that it kind of went into a state of disrepair. And from time to time, people would go up there and visit. They would try to get what they could out of it, and then rumors started of it being haunted. I think, a few years ago, when the first person who was known to have gone up there didn't come back. And I think the reason they haven't taken any action really towards it is, again, our guard force is kind of small, and we do what we can because we have ships that come in here every 3 or 4 days. Um, they have sent some guards out there, but they weren't able to come up with anything. In fact, the three they sent, only two came back. So that was just about 10 days ago. That's why I was so excited when you guys reached out to me, because that had just happened.
Well, I think we'll go see this prisoner. Unless anyone would like to wait.
No, let's go make friends.
I'm interested in looking into this as quickly as possible. Lathander simply does not tolerate the undead or the unnatural, so I'd like to get to the bottom of this right away.
And Oddity will sniff kind of haughtily and glare at Sirius. The spirits are often more active at night, so you all are right. We should definitely be going. Though my card's not giving us a good chance of success.
Ooh, this could be the first time I die. How exciting will that be?
I know. I pulled a 3 of swords. As you can see, it's quite terrible.
Ooh,
That
gruesome.
does look quite terrible.
Interesting.
It's always great as a DM, by the way, to have characters who are looking forward to dying. Oh, you guys.
What time of day is it currently?
We will say it's coming up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Plenty of time to get just to the house by night.
Give or take, yeah. You might be able to make it there before sunset.
Well,
all right.
So shall we make our way to the jail to speak with this individual?
certainly.
What was his name?
I just know that he's a poacher. I don't know his name.
All right. Well, we'll learn his name soon.
All right, so with that, what we will do is I will go ahead and launch the next giveaway. This is for the second set of Ogopogo Gaming Dice. Give me 1 second. Let me get that up and running. And we will take a quick break to allow everybody the chance to, do what they need to do for a few minutes, stretch their legs, everything like that. The giveaway will be live during the break, and then when we come back from the break, we should be able to announce the winner. And the giveaway is now open. So just type in !join and you'll be able to join. Again, I want to remind some of our new viewers that we are doing the challenge for this evening is to get 10 follows tonight. If we were able to get 10 follows, I have an extra copy of Ghosts of Saltmarsh to give out, and that'll be done at the end of the stream this evening. So if you're liking the content, feel free to follow, help us reach that 10 follow goal, and we will see if we'll be able to give that out tonight. All that being said, we'll take a short break. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. And we are back. So the giveaway has ended, and we will now see who won this set of dice.
Drum roll. No, my table's too wobbly.
That blogger girl, you won the other set of dice. No need to DM me.
Congratulations.
I'll reach out to you, and we'll get this to you.
Nice.
Congratulations. Also, I need to scroll up in the chat. I think I might be able to come over here and see it. Let's see. Nope, not there. I did see that somebody followed a ways back. Where was it?
I think it was Ian D. Walker.
Yes, Ian D. Walker, thank you. Because of that, the group has another Dissonant Whisper, so you guys are up to 4. Yes, that blogger girl, you won. and we will
Nice.
do the giveaway for the what's next? Dice bags. We'll do dice bags in a few minutes. Let's get some more story underway. All right, so you guys make your way, and Harlequin's Requital has donated 500 bits to get you guys another Dissonant Whispers.
Thank you for the bits.
Thank you, Harlequin's Requital. So you guys make your way through town, and you find yourselves outside of the garrison and the jailhouse. There is one guard. There's a small tower made out of stone. There's some obvious prison cells with the bars on the windows, and one guard outside of the wall. What would you like to do?
Guess we should approach the guard at the entry. So I'll walk up. I do not have my. Were we planning on going right to the house from here?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
If that's the case, I need
Okay,
to run
so-
back to the tavern. Real
Okay,
quick.
we can retcon that. You guys gathered the equipment that you would need
Okay.
in
I
order
gathered
to
all my equipment.
all your equipment. And I just now noticed
Yeah.
that my follower counter is not working. That should actually, I think, say 4. We are at 4 out of 10. I don't know why that's not working. I'll look into that at some point. However, yeah, you guys gather the equipment that you would need. You gather your weapons. You don your armor, all that fun stuff. You get together downstairs in the tavern, and you work your way through town. And you make your way, and that's where you guys find yourself.
Okay. So I'll approach one of the guards. Good afternoon, sir. We're here to visit with one of your incarcerated. Perhaps you're only incarcerated, I mean.
He kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, the poacher? What do you
That
guys
was-
want with him?"
Well, we were speaking with Mr. Nightbreeze at the Seabreeze Tavern, and he suggested we come down to meet with this gentleman. We had a few questions for him, if that'd be all right.
Well, we're not supposed to let people in. Give me a. You can make it persuasion or intimidation, whichever way you would like.
I'm going persuasion.
Okay.
I feel like intimidation is just not the best way to go. That'll be a 7.
That's higher than my 3. So he says, "Well, if you've been sent here by Mr. Nightbreeze, then I guess I can get you guys in." And he kind of looks over his shoulder, just go through the door, talk to the guard inside, and we'll get you guys in a room with him.
Yes, indeed. Very well. Thank you, sir.
So you guys walk through the gate, past the guard, walk through the door, and you find yourself in a small room. And thank you, B1 Sonic, for the follow. I appreciate it. That puts us at 5. 5 more follows,
Nice.
and we can give away a copy of Ghost of Saltmarsh tonight, on top of all the other giveaways we're doing, because I need to get caught up. So you guys make your way in, and you find there is a human male in plate armor standing behind the desk, and you make some small talk with him. He points to a room after a few minutes, and you can see in there is another Dissonant Whisper. So you guys now have, how many is that? 5 Dissonant Whispers?
I think so.
Yep, 5. There is a halfling male. He looks a little worse for the wear on the other side of the table, and he is shackled to the table, and there is one guard in the room with him.
Well, I think we should definitely go in there and talk with him. So, are we already in there where you said he was a halfling?
Yeah, halfling male.
There's a guard posted outside the room, right?
Yes. Hey,
I'm-
Shannon, thank you for following.
I didn't realize I wasn't, so.
I'm gonna go up to the guard outside,
Okay.
and again, trying and failing to look mysterious and dark, and just go, "What can you tell me about the man in there?"
Are you trying to persuade him?
Yes.
Give me a persuasion. Okay. Well, that little runt has been known to be poaching fish from right underneath the sails of the certified merchant and fishing vessels here in the town, and as well as other animals, and occasionally even people. So we finally caught him in the act just a couple of days ago, and he's been babbling ever since that he had narrowly escaped some mysterious presence at the old haunted house down the road, and that's kind of just slowing down his trial, which is to be in a couple of days.
Oh, hopefully we'll be able to speed that along, and she'll stick her hand out and say, "Oddity Price, fortune teller extraordinaire." And
Goes,
again, she'll
nice to
follow the
meet you.
card, take a random card, and shove it in his face.
What's that one?
Ace, Son of Wands. Just
He kind of looks at it and goes, okay. Nice to meet you.
You might want to get your affairs in order.
Fantastic. I can turn the sound up if that would help. Thank you, B1 Sonic, for letting me know that. Give me 1 second. Hopefully that is a little bit better. So, who enters the room? There's enough room for a couple of you. We'll say 3.
I would like to enter the room.
So would I.
I'm going to stand outside.
So I'll be standing outside with Rogelio.
So I'll pop in with Deluge and offer for her to sit first, as the gentleman that I am.
And
then I will
Adam,
take it.
There's Adam. Internet issues. It's fantastic. All right. So.
And I'll take a chair across the table from the halfling.
Okay. He looks very nervous.
So, I get like eerily calm. So, we understand that you have some information about the house in town, the one that everyone seems to not want to talk about.
And he kind of shiftily looks around and he goes, thankfully somebody's finally wanting to listen to me. I've been telling these fucks for some time about this house, but nobody believes me. I narrowly made it out with my life, but I don't remember. There's so much that I just don't even understand. I don't even know why I went up there.
I'm going to pull out a pad and a little kind of a quill to take some notes. Well, go on then. Why don't you tell us a bit about your adventures in this house?
Well, what's in it for me?
Well, what's your name, son?
Jameson.
Jameson, I'm Seabreeze Tavern. Pleased to meet you. This is my associate, Deluge. And you feel, Deluge, you notice a change in Seabreeze's demeanor. He appears to be back on duty as a Waterdavian city watchman investigating a crime of some sort.
Well, Jameson, you see, we had some talking with the city council, and they're not too fond of you. The problem is, well, your nasty habit, poaching. And it's become such a nuisance that it's leaning towards the death penalty, I'm afraid.
I'll nod.
And he kind of gets wide-eyed. Give me a deception roll with advantage.
All right. Okay, that's going to be 19.
Ooh. Yeah, he looks a little like you see a little bit of his color leave his face and his eyes go a little wide. He goes, the death penalty.
But after what you've seen in the house, you know that death isn't the end, right?
Well,
it could be much worse.
But with the little bit of chain he has, he kind of grabs towards his neck. But that could be the end for me.
Yes, but certainly you would be willing to cooperate for a reduced sentence, perhaps even just some form of leniency that led to continued existence.
And before he replies, the giveaway is now live for the Dragon Eye Dice Bag. Type in !join to try to win a Dragon Eye Dice Bag, just because you're an amazing follower. So he goes, well, like I said, there's blank spots. I don't remember everything. I went up there. I mean, everybody's heard the rumors. Everybody knows that that there's treasure in the walls, and there's ale, and there's wine in the cellar, and I was thirsty, and I wanted something, and I found a way in, and I started walking around, and then I heard some screaming, and everything just went really weird, and the next thing I know, I'm running down the trail, and I stopped by one of my traps to catch my breath, and there was a deer in the trap, and it wasn't there before, and here come these city guards or these town guards, and they arrest me, and now I find myself here, and it's been weird.
Insight check.
Okay, go ahead.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Woo.
So with that natural 20, to the best of your ability, you feel as though he is telling the truth.
Now, you really expect me to believe that something that sounds as good as treasure in the walls and wine in the cellar drove you into a potentially murder house?
I mean, I've been around. I don't believe all the tales. Yeah, some people have gone missing, but food. The money, ale. I was there, and I figured why not. I didn't see anybody.
So when was the last time you were there?
Right before they arrested me.
I see. So this deer in your trap is an animal that should not have been taken. Is that what I understand correctly, sir?
I'm sorry, what was that? I was reading something.
Deer in your trap, is that part of the poaching situation?
Sadly, yeah.
James,
Mm-hmm.
we've got to find you a better way to make a living, son.
Well, there's not a lot of work for halflings around here.
As someone who is human impaired as myself, I can understand your issue. But we have to represent our people now, don't we? We have to be a good example. And I think helping us, giving us all the information you have, well, that would be setting a very good example now, wouldn't it, Jameson?
But I know. I needed to do something to take care of my kids. Let's see, his name is Jameson. So, there's Baileys, there's Dwars, there's I've got kids. I've got to take care of them.
Don't forget Jack.
Yeah, Jack, the newborn. He's young. He's got a little bit of a fight at him though. And Morgan, she's fierce.
I'd like to insight him now.
Go for it.
That's an 11.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
I see. How many times have you been out to that house?
This was only my second time. I went there a few years ago, and I got a little spooked, and I left. I think I saw, a person around, and this time there was nobody there, and I just, I wanted to get something for my family. I was thirsty. I needed some food, and I figured I'd give it a look around. I saw this well that I hadn't noticed the last time that I was there, and then I went through the back door. It was the kitchen, and I remember that there was a passage that leads from the back door, and that's where I think there was some screaming or something, and I don't know. I think I ran and I got out of there, and now I'm here.
So you didn't actually see anything or anyone in the house when you were in there, is that correct?
No.
All right. Do you know anybody else who's been in there?
Not that I know of.
I see.
So there's a lot of, I think I did this. I thought I did that. You don't seem very certain about any of your actions. Were you under the influence of any intoxicants at the time?
I was trying to get under the influence of intoxicants.
For your children, of course.
Well, no, the intoxicants were for me.
I understand.
So what I'm really getting out of this, Jameson, is that you don't have any valuable information to trade for your life.
That's what I'm taking. Yes. I look over at Deluge, almost as if the halfling's not even there.
But I mean, the back door to the kitchen's wide open. I mean, you can go see for yourself. I mean, I know that there's been sounds, and I know that I heard some shrieks, and it scared me. It scared me out of my mind, and I ran away. And you know, that's what I was doing. I was there, and I heard the screaming, and I know the door's left wide open, and you got to go check it out, and maybe you'll find something that will show that I was there and that it was okay, and you know, yeah, the poaching thing, but we could work through that, right? You know, as humanly challenged folks, we got to stick together. I got to do it for my kids. I got to get better. You know, age it in a barrel a little longer.
Well, we definitely need to find you a new way of earning a living, an honest living, Jameson. But I'd be willing to put in a good word for what it's worth of how helpful you've tried to be. I'm curious, did you, where was this well you saw?
Now I need to look at the map. Uno momento. Because I forgot where that well is. There's a well that's on the east side of the house on the back, and it's right by. There's a door that you can go in, and then if you go ahead a little bit on the right, there's the kitchen, and then there's the scullery, and then I started to go to the left down a hallway, and that's when I heard the screams, and I booked it. But I know that door near the well, if it's not open, it's easy to open. I basically just pulled the handle and it opened right up, and you know that's how it was. And like I said, the kitchen's right there, the scullery, and then there's a hallway, and there was screaming, and I don't know.
Was that were those human screams you heard?
I don't even know. I don't even know if they're from this plane.
Were they? Do you think it was male or female? And I'm busy writing notes on my pad.
I don't know. It was so loud, and it just scared me out of my mind.
Well, you know, I'll have to consult with my resident psychic here. And I look over at Oddity and I'm like, Oddity, what do the cards have to say?
Well, let us see. And she'll shuffle them quickly.
I'll kind of roll my eyes and kind of sit back and fold my arms.
And she'll fan them out and show them to Emmons. So, please choose one.
This should be good.
Fourth one on the left.
Okay. And we pull E7 of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
Flame's got to be good, right? Warmth?
It's a matter of interpretation.
I think he's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But not all of it. You should pull the second card. Yeah. He's definitely hiding something. It's the 9 of Cups.
The cards don't often lie, Jameson. And if you are lying and not sharing everything, how are we supposed to get you out of here?
Give me a persuasion roll. At advantage.
Sweet. All right, so that is going to be an 18. Sweet.
18. So he says, look, I think that the first time that I went there, the person that I saw, I think I saw them coming out of the house. And then they went back in a little while later. And they didn't come back out. And when I didn't see them come out, knowing the stories, that's what freaked me out, because nobody lives there, right? I mean, everybody knows this place is haunted, but you know, that's all I know. I've never seen the guy that I saw before. I didn't see him this time, And before we continue on, the entries have stopped. Let's see who won the first dice bag.
Yes.
Chancellor.
Nice, dude. Woo!
Making out like a fiend tonight.
Dice
Yeah.
man.
Are there dice in that dice bag?
No. But I will say for the big giveaway for the 100 followers, players can't enter.
That's fine.
But
I've won
congratulations.
enough tonight.
You've won enough tonight. So congratulations, Chancellor.
Nice, Eric.
Thank you.
And let's go ahead and dive right back into the next one. Why not? All right. Giveaway is now open for the other dice bag. Please enter !join to see if you can win that second dice bag. So yeah, that's where he kind of like he pensively stares at you, eyes wide, just with the looks of, that's all I've got.
You can't describe this person in any manner?
He was wearing a hood, and for a moment I thought I saw like this blue glow from where his chin should be, and that's it.
I look over at Sirius and I'm like, they're always wearing a hood, aren't they?
Seem to be, yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jameson. We're gonna go to that house. And we're gonna take a look around. Perhaps we'll find something that can help your case, perhaps not. I can't make you any promises, but I do promise one thing. You will be seeing me again. Whether that's at the gallows is entirely up to you. And I just get up and I leave.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll get up and walk out.
Because I hope you can find something as you guys walk out of the door.
Get anything good out of him?
I don't know, I thought he was nice.
You don't need to do any good interrogator, bad interrogator situations in there.
Well, the mystic got a little off the rails in there, but we managed to find out a few things, and I'll kind of wink at Oddity.
Never underestimate the power of the card.
Right. Indeed. Seems he heard some screams and wailing when he was in there, and claims to have seen a figure come out and go back in. Something about a hood and a glowing blue chin.
Very odd. Well,
definitely something you don't hear much. You don't hear about that often. So
yeah, quite strange. Well, I suppose if we're all still amenable, we should make our way to this house.
I'm always up for some ghost hunting. Do you know how expensive ectoplasm is? It's ridiculous, but it does wonders for the skin. If we can get some, we'll be rolling in it.
All right.
and it's just curious to see how you can harvest that ectoplasm. So I say let's.
It's all in the wrist, or so I've been told. I haven't gotten it quite right myself, but that's quitter talk.
So, as you guys depart, you guys make your way. The road to the house winds through the rocky coastal terrain, offering a view of the sea below. Low clouds begin to press upon you and your party. There's occasional patches of the setting sun appearing out over the water. A stiff wind blows off the waves, carrying the briny stink of churning salt water. You can hear the waves crashing below you, the winds rustling, the grass, much like the scene of our background. As the sun is nearly set, you come up upon a decrepit house. It sits on the highest ground in the area. Around it, there's a stone wall that has crumbled in many places, exposing the interior grounds. An ornate metal gate lies open at the end of the road. swaying slightly with the wind with a very gentle creak, creak, creak. Wild flora grows throughout the inner yard, but all the years cannot hide the evidence of a well-tended garden that once sat here. Near the house, the rotted wooden roof of a water well rises out of the tall grass.
I think it's charming. We should buy it.
Dude, make a nice little
Creepy as
summer
hell.
home.
It'll be so cheap, guys. I've heard, now I don't know if it's true, that there's ghosts.
Well, if we make it out here alive, we can certainly say there were ghosts here, and that may affect the price.
And apparently there may be treasure in the walls. So, win, 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 win.
Win indeed.
That is always a benefit. Gotta help that remodeling costs.
Remodeling, but then you get rid of the natural woodwork, all that natural rot, the haunted memories of the damned. That is the stuff you cannot buy.
It would be a very nice tourist attraction. Maybe we can even set up a small circus here.
Yeah, maybe.
So long as we find a way to cleanse this place of the undead, I would be satisfied with whatever you wish to do after that. He kind of looks around disdainfully.
You know, I get the feeling that someone's dragon undies are in a bunch.
That's understating it, I think.
Let's just say I'm not a fan of the undead.
I don't think anyone really is except for the undead.
It's not natural. It's not right.
So are a lot of things I do on the weekends. But you know, guys, this is promising.
So are you guys walking through the
And as Deluge says that, Rahayo kind of takes a deep breath and starts walking towards the house through the gate.
All right. I need a marching order to the house or a description of your pattern. Who is in front?
I would go in front, but I'm going to be attempting to sneak it out.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll. Who is behind Rogelio?
I'll be in the middle, hopefully somewhere behind someone bigger than me.
I think I'll be in the middle and I'll shield Oddity.
Oh,
Say
thank
7
you.
for your stealth roll?
7.
Jeez.
I'll take up the rear.
That's with a +5.
All right, and
I guess
Circe in the
I'll
rear?
be going.
Yeah.
I'll be going. I guess ahead of Deluge and kind of like a little bit behind Rogelio.
Okay. So, yeah, with that, I need all of you, for real this time, roll initiative.
Excellent.
As the sun is setting, you see the golden glimmer of 5 sets of eyes piercing through the grass. And you see movement coming towards you. As 5 giant weasels
Unexpected.
are moving upon you.
It comes with pets. It gets
comes with
better
pits.
by the second.
All right, so let's talk about our first round of initiative for session 1 of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. 25 to 20. Oh, awesome. All right, 15 to 20.
17.
Circe.
What'd you have, Circe?
15, please.
All right. $10 to 15.
14.
11.
Who had 11?
Deluge.
Deluge. All right, Oddity? What did you have?
4.
Jeez.
Oh.
That's the best
Initiative
initiative rolls.
Horrible initiative.
Oh,
Holy
your
shit.
initiative rolls. Oh man, that's amazing. Okay, so I will give Rogelio the moment of surprise to allow him to have an action outside of indicating the position of the giant weasels you see coming towards you.
So, all right. And I can't shout, "Hey, look, weasels!"
You say that, but you also have
Oh,
one
okay,
action
okay.
that you can take.
I think I'm just going to draw my blades. Step forward just a smidgen, and then take the dodge action,
All right. And before we
bracing
continue on,
myself for an attack.
let's see who won the second dice bag.
Woo!
B1 Sonic, you won a dice bag. So hit me up with a DM here on my Twitch channel, and I will connect with you sometime in the very near future to get your information, and I will get this sent out to you as soon as possible. We are still, I think, 4 followers away. Let me double check something because the counter is not working, so I have to do some math in my head, and I'm purposely taking time off of math.
Head math.
We are 4 followers away from being able to give away a copy of Ghost of Saltmarsh. So if you are watching this content and you are enjoying it and you have not followed us, please consider doing so. It helps me, it helps them, and it helps you win a copy of Ghost of Saltmarsh. All right. So that being said, so you took the dodge action?
Yep.
All right. Cool. So top of the order, Calder.
All right, so Calder's going to draw both of his battle axes, like the joke, the Thor Ragnarok style, where he both arms, he swings them out. He's got them, and he's going to run 30 feet to here. He's going to attack this weasel right there. He's going to swing a 15.
A 15 hits.
All right, so it's going to be 28. That is going to be 7 points of damage.
7 points. It looks hurt.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to swing with my offhand axe. That is an 11.
11 misses, so you swing wide.
Alright, and that is my activation.
Okay. Now it's the weasel's turn. This one's going to stay engaged with you. This one is... Oh my god, their movement. Okay. Okay then, let's go. Let's go.
Imagine they move well.
Awesome. These arrows are making me feel so good.
Okay, so this one here is going to move to Deluge. This one here is going to move to Rogelio. This one here is going to come around this way. And this one here is going to come around this line here and settle in right here. They cannot attack these back two. So Oddity and Circes, you're not being attacked. Wait. Yeah, Oddity and Circes, you're not being attacked. They use everything. However, Deluge, Rogelio, and Calder, you're being attacked. So, the giant weasels lunge out to bite you. Okay. Okay, I see. I see how this game wants me to play. All right, so Calder does a 7. No, right?
Yeah, 7 does not hit.
All right, Rogelio. That would be a 14.
That does not hit.
All right, Deluge. That would be a 16.
That hits.
All right, so you take 5 points of piercing damage as it
Oh.
bites onto you.
Ow.
Circe.
Yes, I will. You'll see Circe just raise his halberd and take a big swing at this little fuzzer right here.
All right.
And I don't guess a 10 hits.
10 misses.
All right. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Now, Rogelio.
All right. I'm going to just take a swing at the one right in front of me. Oh my gosh. That's a 14.
Let me double check. 14 hits.
Okay. So that hits him for 10. And then I swing around with my bonus.
Before you swing around with your bonus action, as you lunge out with your rapier, you catch the giant weasel right below the jaw. You feel the rapier pierce right above the collarbone. You can feel the push of the bone up as your blade pierces through right into the clavicle. You feel it break through the thick hide on the back. You twist the blade a little bit and you feel the veins in the sinew give free, and it falls to the ground, blood pouring out of it, breathless and deceased.
Well, if that's the case, I then slip back this direction, and with my offhand blade, I swing at this one by Deluge.
Go for it.
And that is a 17.
17 hits.
And that is for 1 damage.
1 damage. Noted.
I softened it up for you.
Excellent work. I feel safe already.
Deluge, you're up.
I'm going to pull out my rapier, not to be outdone, and try to stab the one that's right by Oddity. That's gonna be a... What's it gonna be? It's gonna be an 11.
11 misses.
Yay! And
These
for
weasels.
my bonus action, I'm going to just look at Oddity and be like, "You're a treasure," and cast Bardic Inspiration on her.
Nice.
And that's my
Oddity.
turn.
Oddity, you are up.
Okay. So I'm just gonna feel this well of like happiness and goodwill towards Deluge. And I'm going to look at the one that she had attacked with that's right next to me, and I put my hand out and blow. And a cloud of purpley green smoke blows out and hits the weasel. I need a con save of 13.
A con
above.
save of 15 against a weasel.
13.
13. All right, give me a chance. A 12 will not do it.
Woo! Means he takes 1d12 damage. That is 9 damage.
9 damage. So as that cloud of smoke encapsulates the face of the, as Chad is calling it, the ROUSs, then it begins to cough and choke, and you see its eyes begin to bulge out. The spittle at the mouth begins to harden. At the end of the snout, it begins caking itself as it's trying to gain air, and it grabs its throat and falls to the ground with a very overdramatic body pulsing, and it is no longer of this plane.
Oh dear.
Back to the top of the order. Calder.
Alright, so I am going to attempt to finish up on this weasel in front of me. A 17.
17 hits.
That's going to be 5 points of damage.
All right, as your bearded axe comes down, you cleave between the snout and the eyes very swiftly, but not so cleanly, as it falls split-faced to the ground.
Alright, so then I am going to. I can make it. I'm going to run. Put myself next to Deluge and Rogelio, and for my bonus action, I'm going to swing with my offhand axe for a 17 again. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, 19, but
19 hits.
for 10 points of damage.
All right, again, it's just as though it was on Crow's Island. You blindly just swing, and you feel the connection of your bearded axe as it catches right into the midsection, ripping open the chest of the giant weasel. A very opulent smell of guts and innards now sprays the party. I need Deluge, Calder, and Rogelio to make con saves, please.
Dirty 20.
10.
It's a 23.
Rogelio, you feel as though you are getting ill. You are stunned for 1 round.
Oh,
Don't forget about your dissonant whispers, folks. You only have 6 of them to use.
oh yeah.
All right. Let's see. Now it is, because Calder just went, it is the remaining giant weasel's turn. It is going to lunge and bite at Circes. With
Do your
a
best,
natural
Furball.
20.
That should do it.
It did its very best. So I will roll that because I'm not going to take the mean off of that. That's 3, which makes that 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage, piercing damage, as it bites you.
Okay.
We are now to Circes.
All right. I will take a swing with my mighty halberd. Nat 1.
Okay, do me a favor and roll a d8.
How about a 6?
No. Roll your damage, please.
Roll my damage. 3 plus 2 is 5.
All right, Oddity, you take 2 damage as he swings wide with the halberd and hits you in the shoulder. Rogelio, you are stunned for this round. And Toulouse, you are up.
I'm going to try and stab at it again with my rapier. Or not. No, that one's dead. Okay, I'm going to move next to Oddity and stab the last remaining one with my rapier. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to try to bash its little head in with my hammer.
Go for it. Aim for the toes.
Oh, yeah. 16.
16 hits.
And that is 4 damage.
4 damage. Your hammer connects very cleanly with the face. Some teeth and spittle leave the giant weasel's mouth.
Pop goes the weasel.
All right. Oddity.
All right, I am going to cast. And actually, no, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wiggle my hand, put it out, and blow in the direction of the ROUS, and have it roll a con save.
15.
And my bonus action, I'm going to punch Calder in the not Calder, Circes in the shoulder.
Roll your attack.
Oh. That is a 19.
I believe that a 19 hits you, Circes, right?
Yep.
All right. So that's 1 damage.
Well, my strength bonus is -1, so I probably didn't do any damage.
Nah, it's 1 damage. It's all right. Back to the top of the order. Calder.
Alright, Alright, so I will. I guess I can make it around and get on the other side of the weasel.
Which gives you advantage on your attack.
And I will swing. That is going to be a 30-20.
Dirty 20 does hit.
For 10 points of damage.
All right, roll me a percentile die.
Let me find my other d10. 93.
All right, so once again, your bearded axe cleaves the giant weasel in the stomach and chest, ripping open the cavity. There is the smell of muscle, sinew, and organs that fill the air in a spraying mist. I need Circes, Oddity, Deluge, and Calder to make a con save.
That's caught.
Dirty 20.
21 total for me for oddity.
22 for Calder.
Okay.
3.
3 is very low. You actually are so overpowered by the smell, and it's very unlike you because normally something like this isn't that big of a deal, but you retch, you throw up, so you lose 1 hit point, please.
Oh, my fish.
But with that, the last giant weasel falls, and the party is no longer in initiative.
Oddity's gonna use prestidigitation. If any of us have blood and guts on us, Oddity's gonna use prestidigitation. I
Prestidigitation.
can't say. Thank you. I can't say it properly, anyways. To clean everybody off.
Oh,
Just
thank you.
snap.
I'll approach Oddity. I do apologize. I'm not sure what happened there. Let me help you. And I will lay on hands on her shoulder for 2.
All right.
Thank you.
Again, I do apologize. I had that punch coming.
You got a little bit of the guts up in your hair there.
How can you tell?
So it's Calder that kind of wipes his axe heads off on the grass and stows his axes away. It's like, yeah, didn't quite expect to see giant weasels out here, but and again, we're ghost hunting, so I guess we best push on before we run into anything else.
All right, before we move on, let's do our final giveaway of the evening unless we get some more follows. All right, this is for the hardback copy of Art and Arcana. Now, this is my copy of Art and Arcana. I will be sending a copy to somebody via Amazon, whoever wins. So, here we go. As of right now, the giveaway is open. Type !join to have a chance to win Art and Arcana. It is a gorgeous book. I love it. But it will be sent to the winner via Amazon within the next few days. So we will continue on as we have 9 minutes and 43 seconds on this giveaway. Where was I? I was here. And then here. Right? And then here. Right? Yeah. Yep. All right, cool. So you take a moment once you guys get all prestidigitized up, and you have a moment to look at the house. You see that it's about 35 feet tall from ground level to the roof peak. The roof is gabled and has several holes. You are on the south side of the house facing the front door. As explained to you by Jameson, there is a well that is on the east side of the house nearest the door that he went into.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
What is the quality of the weasel pelts?
Roll me a percentile die.
30.
3-star.
They're about 3 out of 10.
Not worth selling.
This would be a poor weasel pelt.
Perhaps we, I believe you mentioned Jameson said this well and the back door near the kitchen was open.
That is
Perhaps we
correct.
should work our way around to the rear of the house.
Yes.
Uno momento, por favor.
You did say that as we oriented. Upon entering the kitchen and the scullery beyond that, you heard the screams and fled in terror.
I'm more interested in the well, to be quite frank.
Yes.
If I was an eccentric, crazy person who owned a house that was this horrendous, I would hide all, if not just a couple, valuables down in a well.
I personally think there would be about the. Sorry, I have speech issues. I personally think there would be a couple of bodies. Do you want to go look?
Absolutely.
Oddity will actually skip over there.
Oh, all right, man, we're following.
All right, so I will go ahead and move you guys first before I show it on screen. Please find your party. You will see the outline of the house. Where you see little breaks, there are windows or doors as visible. The well is the circle that is. Really?
Yes, it's kind of entirely black.
Bottom right-hand corner.
You guys
All
hear me?
dark.
All dark.
I can hear you, Ragnar.
Yeah, because I don't really.
But it is a really nice black square.
It is.
Hmm.
The dimensions of this vertical rectangle are impressive to
We'll
say
tell you
the
what.
least.
What we'll do is
Just
we'll
my
take a
aesthetic.
very quick couple-minute break. While the giveaway is up and running, make sure you type !join if you're thinking about following us. So that way we can give away a copy of Ghost of Saltmarsh. Tonight's the night to do it. All right, we'll be right back in just a couple minutes while I figure out the issue on our side of the house. And welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues that I have hopefully somewhat sorted. And I do believe there's only about 30 seconds left on the giveaway for the Art and Arcana book. So if you haven't entered yet, now's your chance. You got 30 seconds and counting. And
Arctic Nerd, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you, Arctic Nerd, for the follow. I appreciate it. I have given another Dissonant Whisper, I think, to the party. You guys should have
Seven now. Yeah.
7 Dissonant Whispers, and we are still 3 follows away, I believe, from hitting the stream goal for having the ability to give away a copy of Ghost of Saltmarsh to the party. So, and we'll wait. Wiley dropped from Discord.
Oh dear.
He's back. This is why we are doing the campaign to raise money for Wiley, to get him a better laptop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is for the winner of Art and Arcana.
Pretty exciting. Shiny new book.
Wiley.
Oh, Wiley!
Wow.
You won.
Wow.
All right, Wiley. So hit me up later. Give me your address, and I'll get it to you.
I'm getting art.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, now everybody,
Thank you very much.
Everybody who is watching us right now, just so you know, when we hit 100 followers on this channel, the next D&D game that we have, we'll be giving away another starter set, another set of dice, another dice bag, another copy of Art and Arcana, and the big prize is going to be the copy of the limited edition cover series for the 3 core books that have the really awesome cover. I only have one set. My wife won't allow me to buy a second one, so you guys get to have the set that is completely sealed. So
Ooh.
look forward and follow us, and when you see us hit 100, that's when the next big giveaway is. All right, so without any further ado, let us dive in. You guys were making your way over to this side of the house.
I think wasn't Deluge going to check the well?
The illusion
Yeah.
oddity was kind of skipping over there.
Yeah.
All right.
So she's just gonna put her hands on the thing and lean right in. She's not even being careful about it.
All right, so as you lean right in, I need the 2 of you to roll initiative. As you hear the telltale
Natural 1 for oddity.
9.
God, come on. All right.
Whew.
Actually, I'll have everybody roll initiative so we can go ahead and add you guys in as we need to. So 25 to 20.
I'm at 20.
Oh, everybody froze for me.
Dirty 20 for Calder.
All right. 15 to 20. Okay. 10 to 15.
12.
Wow. Okay. 5 to 10.
9.
Okay. 1 to 5.
I have a 4.
1 for oddity.
All right. So who was it that was leaning in?
Me. Oddity.
Me.
It's fair. All right. So Oddity and Deluge, as you guys lean in, you see the heads of 2 giant snakes as they reach up to attack. They do have surprise, so they will be attacking first. The first one is gonna. We'll just say 1 for 1. All right. So Deluge, your initiative is higher. They're going to attack you first. That is a 12.
Nope. Don't hit.
All right, Oddity.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 23.
Oh, that hits me.
All right, so you take 6 points of piercing damage as the giant poisonous snake bites you. I need a con save, please.
Okay. Slightly better. 15, 19 altogether.
19. You feel the poison begin to take hold, and you shake it off, and you fight it, and you resist for this turn. All right, so you guys, the rest of you see this beginning to happen. Calder, what would you like to do?
I guess I will come up to the other side of the well and I'll bring my axes down on the snake, on one of the snakes. So let me just myself. Let's go right there. Go swing. A 14.
A 14 hits barely.
Alright.
Nice.
So it's going to be only 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Noted.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to bring my offhand down with the other axe for a 15.
15 hits.
For 5 points of damage.
Noted. It's looking rough, but it's still pissed off and poisonous.
And that's my turn.
All right. Let's see. Oddity. This snake is going to try to attack you again.
Cool.
With a 24.
That hits.
Right. So that will be. I'll roll this one instead of taking the mean. That will be. Oh, that's much better for you. Not really. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And I need a Constitution save, please.
Oh, that that fell across the thing. It fell out of my box, but I got a natural 1.
Oh, don't forget about the dissonant whispers, guys.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, those
I can get away with
things.
it now.
I'll let you do it. 'Cause
You
it's
also
bad if
have
you
a
don't.
bardic inspiration
You also have a
still.
bardic inspiration still.
Okay. And the bardic inspiration, I add a d6, right?
Let me check that real quick because I've never played a bard
I
before.
believe that's correct.
Yes, you add 1d6.
You might want to use the dissonant whisper.
Yeah, I rolled I have a 10 with the bardic inspiration, the dissonant whisper.
So as the snake bites you, you feel the poison coursing through your veins. You take 10 poison damage.
Oh.
And fall to the ground. You are now unconscious.
So do I see Oddity fall?
Yes.
Okay. Am I able to tell she's been bitten by something, or?
Yeah, you watch the snake bite her right in the arm.
Okay.
All right. Now that Calder has moved up, Deluge, this snake is going to break off of you and attack the greater threat. Calder, it's going to bite
Rude.
you. Maybe not as rude as you think. Natural 20.
Yeah, that will hit.
So I'm going to switch dice. You take. That's okay. That's eight damage, and I need a con save, please.
All right. That is a 17.
You feel the poison enter your system, and you resist it. All right, that is it. Now, Rogelio.
I'm going to spin around Calder back here and come in behind this snake here, swinging at it with the moon-touched rapier.
With advantage.
Natural 20.
All right, let's hear it.
Nice.
All right, so that will be 17 damage.
You completely cleave the where you think the head would be off of the rest of the body of the poisonous snake. The tail end of the body falls down the well and falls and falls and falls and falls and falls. And
And
you hear
with-
it crash against the water down below, and the head falls off and rolls down between Calder and Deluge. The snake is now no more.
With the off blade, I swing at the one that just bit Oddity for 18.
That's a hit.
And no, there's all right. So that's 2, and I'm gonna put sneak attack into it because Deluge is still there.
Yep.
So 4 total.
Noted.
No, I'm sorry. I forgot. That would be 7 total.
Okay, noted. It's looking rough. All right. Deluge.
Do I want to do something stupid, or do I want to do something that might actually work?
Stupid. Go for stupid.
All right, I'm going to go for stupid. I'm going to try and grapple the snake and turn it into a balloon animal.
Fantastic. Strength contest. Let's do this.
Oh, natural 20! Stupid pays off, you guys!
It does. All right. So you're able to grapple the snake and begin twisting it. You can feel the bones, as flexible they are still reaching their straining point. What's your strength?
It's a 10.
So that's a +0.
Yeah.
All right. So I was gonna. I'm sorry, but you're not doing any damage. But you're definitely trying to. It is now grappled. I was trying to give you some damage out of that too, but
yeah, no.
well played. Circe.
All right, I'm going to come to Oddity's side and begin to pray over her. And I've got seeing her go down, having bitten by a snake, I'm going to presume she's been poisoned. Would that be a safe assumption? I mean, is that a reasonable assumption for me to make?
Give me a medicine check.
All right, let's do that. How about a 6?
You assume that she's poisoned.
Okay. I'm going to lay on hands. I've got 8 in my pool remaining.
Okay.
It takes 5 HP in that pool to neutralize poison.
Yep.
So I'd like to do that.
Okay.
And if I expend the entire 8, would that also offer her 3?
Yes. All right, so Oddity, you get 3 hit points back, and you feel the breath fill your lungs, and it's salty air. With a little
May
bit
the
of
light
an
of the
iron
morning
taste.
Lord, may the light of the morning Lord shine upon you.
And
Healing
with,
potions in your bag of holding.
and with that, Oddity, you're up.
All right, I'm going to use tempestuous magic, which will allow me to cause a gust of air to surround me and fly up 10 feet backwards without provoking a attack of opportunity. And I'm going to take one of those healing potions.
All right, so you move 10 feet back.
Yep. What's a healing potion again? It's 1d4 plus
1d4 plus 4. Or 2d4 plus 4. 8, 10, 12, 16. A million.
5 plus 4, so I get 9 back. Not gonna complain about that.
Nice. Calder, you're up. The
All
snake
right,
is
so-
currently grappled by Deluge, being turned into some weird balloon animal.
It's a poodle.
It's a poodle, pompadour and all.
For my bonus action, I am going to take my second wind. I'm going to get some health back. That's going to be, I get 7 points of health back. And I move and Deluge, hold it out. Like I motion for her, like that, like hold it out, and I'm going to take a swing on it. You know, basically like cutting a ribbon.
So to play fair, you're going to ready the action to attack it when Deluge straightens it out so you can hit it.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Cool.
is assuming Deluge will do this thing
Right,
that you
right.
asked of her.
Right. So let's play it that way. The snake is going to try to resist the grapple.
It can try.
It can certainly try. So strength contest. Don't forget about your dissonant whispers. They work for you and they
Yeah.
hurt me.
I'm gonna No, I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
Because I got an 18.
So in the event of a tie, who wins?
The
That one
The
doing
bard?
the action. No, the one doing the action. All right. So the snake is no longer grappled, but it is in a position that Calder can hit it.
Alright, so I'm going to take a swing. I don't think I'm hitting it. 10.
10? No. You swing and you miss. All right. And it is going to pray that nobody hits it. Right. Rogelio.
Again, wheeling around Calder to its backside, he tries to strike at its head.
With advantage?
That would be a 22.
I'll let that hit this time.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. For 8 damage.
All right, so Rogelio works his way around the snake, who has recently freed himself from the nearly almost worse than death fate of being turned into a balloon poodle. Narrowly missed being hit by the bearded axe's Calder, brought it down mere inches away from its flesh, and spun around slightly and made eye contact with Rogelio as Rogelio looked past the snake at Calder and just kind of went, "Hey kid, this is how it's done." And he just put the rapier into the base of the snake and ripped straight up, bifurcating the snake, and it fell down like an open banana. And with that, the snake shuffles its mortal coil.
I'm gonna look at Rogelio and be like, do you know how much snakeskin is worth? Do you know?
No, unfortunately, I don't. Haven't traded in snakeskins. There's still one at the bottom of the well, though.
Fine, I dive into the bottom of the well.
Oh,
It's probably like a foot deep at the
God.
bottom.
Oh, okay. Um,
I'm
This
your
party's
worst
gonna kill
nightmare
itself.
DM.
so,
You're-
pulling from my knowledge as a
that part.
DM, it's 1d10 per 10 feet. And
You're gonna still send me
I-
that book still, right?
and I believe that I mentioned that it fell and fell and fell and finally. So we'll call that 20 feet to be generous because I think the well's actually 30 or 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So pulling out my trusty D10 here, that's 10 damage and 3, so 13 damage as you impact the bottom.
Awesome. I'm passed out at the bottom of the well.
So you guys see, oh my God, you guys are totally gonna kill yourselves. You guys see Deluge say, "Fine then, I'll go," and she jumps into the well, and you hear "Yay!" splat, ugh, and then utter silence.
Gods.
Fuck.
I guess Calder starts reaching into his pack, pulling out. I'm pretty sure I have rope.
You do. You have 50 feet of hempen rope.
I was gonna say, Rahelia, you want to hold this
I
in?
should have totally used that.
I should not hold the rope.
Probably the dragon
I can hold it.
What's so
I got
funny
it.
is I totally see this being a thing to where Calder's like, you hear the splat and Calder's is like, "God damn it!" And starts pulling out rope. Hey, who wants? Somebody grab the other end of this.
I got the other end. Yeah, I'll wrap it around my waist.
You
I'm
know.
gonna take the other potion of healing out of the bag of holding.
Jesus.
I'm gonna start rappelling down to the bottom of the well, and then safely, and then
Well, let's
start
see if
looking
let's see if it's
around.
safely. We're going to do one check for both of you. All right.
Yep.
I need a strength with advantage because you are a dragonborn who is huge, and a dex. I need a strength from Circes and a dex from Calder.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. I'm using a dissonant whisper before I roll.
All right.
I got a 21.
All right. You hold
Nope,
it without
19
even a
on die.
problem.
Alright, I got a 17.
All right. You are able to make it down without falling.
Whew.
Down at the
That's
bottom,
fine.
you find wrapped up in a like 90% snake. The body still slightly twitching. You also see the slightly twitching body of Deluge. I agree, Miss Mystery. I love this so much. I absolutely love this. All right, so we do the bonus. We do a full action to give, a bonus to drink. So, are you? I take it you are giving a healing potion to the
Yes,
unconscious body of Deluge.
So I'm reaching down, like I'm feeling around because I can't see at the bottom of this well, so I'm feeling
That's right, 'cause
around.
You don't have
trying
dark vision either, do you?
Yeah, I don't have dark vision, so I'm feeling around.
Oh.
So
I'm gonna cast light down.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna put light on a rock
Yes.
and toss it
Okay.
down.
Yes. You can see, so I don't need to make you roll to make sure you actually pour it in her mouth.
it's like I see the light coming down. It's like I reach around, like I find her mouth. I hold it open. I kind of pop the cork off the potion of healing, pour it down, and kind of like push her mouth closed. So push her mouth closed so that way she doesn't spill it.
After a mere moment, Deluge, you awaken to find yourself at the bottom of the well in immense pain. You feel the snakeskin still kind of slightly warm and writhing around you, and you have Calder like holding your mouth closed and trying to massage your throat to make you swallow the healing potion.
Hell yeah.
A regular Thursday night for Deluge.
But Helio looks over at Circes and Oddity and thinks, we're going to have to explain to her how wells are not the same thing as the ocean.
Right. I believe you're correct, sir.
Look for treasure.
So,
I've never met anyone like this girl in my life.
Neither have I.
So how many of the health do I regain?
2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
I will say because you guys cast light, you see the glistening of silver coins at the bottom of the dry well.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You see some coins at the bottom of the well, reflecting off
Okay.
the light.
So I guess while Deluge is collecting herself, Calder just starts picking up what he can find.
All right, you collect a grand total for your troubles 14 silver pieces.
All right. So
And how deep is it actually at the bottom of the well?
It's 30 feet.
I mean, like the water depth. Is it like a foot, maybe?
Where they are, there is currently no water.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
There's like an inch of water at the very bottom.
It's just snake.
Yeah, it's a lot of snake. You can see that the aquifer that is feeding this is barely at the height at the well. Like, if they were to dig down further, they actually have water. It may be because we're in between seasons and it might be a little bit dry, or that maybe they just haven't had a lot of rain. But normally this well might have water in it, but as for right now, it does not. It doesn't look like it's been dry for a while. Maybe just the last 30 seconds.
it's okay. Calder starts climbing his way back up, and so
now
I'll
that
just
I
keep,
am
keep
I'm down
ropes.
at the bottom of the well, I'm going to inspect the snake skin to see its quality.
Roll me a percentile die.
All right. 22.
It is it's poor.
Mm-hmm.
You can skin it, but it's poor. Calder, you make it up without issue.
he kind of like brushes himself off and just shakes his head as he goes over and picks up his axes and stows them away, waiting for Deluge to make it out so he can reclaim his rope.
So, gonna try something. Might work. I'm gonna. No, I don't think this is gonna go bad. You know what? Because I have confidence. So, I'm gonna cut open the snake and check its innards for anything valuable.
Ooh, I
Okay.
like this. Let me roll and see what you find. After which, are you going to make your way up?
We will see.
Rogelio shouts down from the top. What's the quality of the pelt?
Not good, Rogelio. Not good.
All right. You find a couple of small gemstones. One looks to be a ruby. One looks to be an emerald. You're not sure of the quality. You might have to wait till daylight to tell that. And you find various assorted rodents.
I find various assorted twat.
Rodents like mice,
Ah.
rats.
Giant weasel, maybe?
Well, at least this wasn't a total waste. Everything's coming up roses for Deluge. So I'm gonna start climbing back up.
All right. I'll say you make it up without issue.
Thank you. So I found some cool rocks.
Oh,
They're very shiny. I think they're covered in guts and blood, but we'll see.
they're quite nice.
It's like you learn a lesson here. Don't go diving into strange wells.
I learned that falling down 30 feet into about a centimeter of water will lead to riches. So I've learned nothing.
Don't expect me to come again if you.
All right. So you guys are back at the top. You collect the rope. You put it back into your adventuring gear.
Yeah, I reclaim my rope.
All right.
I guess inside now. We done Having.
I think.
I think we should at least go in and have a look around. Yeah.
All right. And looking at the time, what I will say is you venture over to the door very smartly, giving it a once over. You realize that the door is a normal door. We have follow. Thank you, Crispy Chicken 0416. I appreciate it. We are super close. Super close. We might have to carry this over onto next week. But you inspect the door and you find that it's a normal door. The lock, as described, is pretty much broken. So you are able to slowly open the door. You open the door and you see the dust and the cobwebs of a place that has not been traveled in what seems to be a few days. And with that, we will end for this week.
Excellent.
All
Good time. Good game.
So, dear viewers, followers, subscribers, donators, friends, thank you for joining us on day one of Ghost of Saltmarsh, as this amazing crew of people like to test my DM skills constantly. We do appreciate you guys coming by. We will have more giveaways at 100. We will probably have another follower goal that will go next week. We do our best to play Saturdays starting around 8 p.m. Eastern, and we try to stop around 11 whenever thematically is a good point. But I do appreciate you guys coming by. Please come back, check us out, let us know how you think things are going. If you won something tonight, please make sure that you message me on Twitter or Discord or however you may have my contact information. And with that, we say good evening, and we will look to raid somebody really quick, so hang tight. I'll find a channel for us to go to, and we will see you guys next week. You guys want to say bye?
Bye.
See you back. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Bye.